You know what? I do have a take on the whole issue with the drama thingy that I had. I do actually do have a take. A lot of people didn't want me to apologize. Actually, nobody in anywhere who is near me said, please don't apologize. You have no idea. Before I wrote that apology, I was going through like a whole ass moment. I was like, actually, like, I was in Nara. I was in like the deer park, like literally thinking to myself, like, bro, should I actually apologize? And then I messaged a few friends of mine, I messaged a few chatters of mine as well. Every person said, if I were you, I wouldn't apologize to somebody like that. And then it occurred to me personally, this is my train of thought. I think my tweet perfectly, like, whether or not people want to accept my apology, I don't care. I don't care. This apology for me was literally for me. Don't show weakness. No, I don't think this is weakness. I admitted to not knowing about the reference that I was saying to multiple times. However, I didn't want to apologize because it's him. But then this is my genuine train of thought. I meant this in my soul. I was like, damn, bro. And then like people got mad at me because like you called him a piece of shit during your apology. Yeah, I'm apologizing for my actions. When did I say, why do you need to like pretend to like go to, here's the thing. I have this take when it comes to apologies. When it comes to apologies, the only time I feel like it's sincere is if you don't lie. And I'm not going to go on my knees and apologize and be like, I'm so fucking sorry. I'm so sorry. Whatever, whatever. But like, this was my I'm not gonna apologize if it's not gonna be in my own words. Somebody commented in my previous post, like, you're fighting a who's worse competition. And that really opened my mind and my eyes about like what's going on. I'm like, yeah, no, actually true. Would I have done it if I knew the context of what happened there? No. But I didn't say sorry. You know what I mean? And then like the reason why I didn't say sorry is because who the person I'm saying sorry to. And then like I was like, oh man. But like I feel like I'm losing myself here for this like whole thing. And like I knew that it was wrong after I found out about the context of it. And I just couldn't say sorry because like, dude, you know what I mean? Because like I just didn't want to say sorry. But then I realized like, bro, who am I if I can't admit to doing wrong and generally be apologetic for it, or else I can't like grow as a person. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, no, I meant this apology quite well. And like I feel like I just don't want to bring myself down to that kind of level of like going into something without knowing everything, and it's my ignorance. And honestly, my biggest mistake was even saying anything in general. If I should have just ignored it. I should have just ignored all the blue Twitter people. I just should have ignored it completely. And that's my genuine fault for like getting through the rage bait. I fell for the rage bait, and that's my fault, and it's my own ignorance for interacting with somebody that I wasn't very well aware of. So like, dude, it is my fault, honestly. Is it right for whatever happened to me afterwards, the whole character smear thingy? I don't think so. I don't think I deserve that, but like honestly, that's my fault. Cause like if I knew who I was interacting with, I would have known that would have happened. I am not really sad of all the people who left because of this, because I don't think it's anything of a loss. I just don't think so. If you know me and you watch me, you'd already know the truth. You already know how I think. You already know how my train of thought. You already know how I like go through the process of my mind. You already know how I think and what my boundaries are. You already know that it's no like questions asked kind of thingy. It's like it's already obvious if you genuinely watch me. But all the people who commented on this, I saw not one person that I recognized. Not one. Not one person in chat. Nobody on, like, every single person I saw on Twitter that was getting mad at me for what I did and what I said. Not one person that I recognize. And like the people I care about is people in this community. And like The only time do even if whenever every single person in this community did not want me to say sorry. It really is. And I said sorry anyway because like I felt like that was the right decision for me. Because I just personally didn't think after I found out the context of everything, whether it is or true or not, it doesn't matter. Okay? It's my choice. Yeah, I said you shouldn't. Yeah, nobody said they wanted me to do it. So that really goes to show that I just really wanted to do it. And did I think that people would stop hating because of it? No. Did I think it would stop the whole character smear? No. Did I think people will accept my apology? No. I did it for me. And I did it for me to genuinely admit that I fucked up as well. I did it for me to literally be like, you know what? I learned a really big lesson here today. And like, I want to rather be better and like continuing on than watching myself be a worse person because I'm interacting with somebody else who's like a bad person or something like that. Like, I don't want to be a worse person just because I'm interacting with somebody that I deem like bad. Does that make sense? So like, just because in my head I deem them bad, I could do the worst to them. You know what I mean? I don't want that ideology. I think that's really toxic and I think that's really bad. That ideology made me go like, fuck, I fucked up. I was like, shit, I fucked up because I am doing that. I am literally having that kind of ideology where like, I think I'm in the right just because who is more like of a worse person. And that kind of worse person fight is not good because nobody gets out of this with learning anything. And I'm like, oh, fuck, man. I need to like genuinely like, shit, my bad. I fucked up with that overstep. I really did. And like, just because the person I overstepped to is a blah, 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 it's a blah, 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 it's a blah, 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 I still don't think my overstep was right to do anyway. Whether or not he's a good or bad person. I think that ideology of like being stuck in that would have been very toxic for me. So that's the reason why I personally like apologize, because I'm like, I'm not happy with my own behavior. And if I'm not happy with my own behavior, how can I be better if I can't admit to it? And I'm gonna admit to it with my own words because I'm not gonna adjust myself for people to accept me. So I said that apology exactly how I would say it right now. Exactly how I processed it. No bullshit, no nothing. Just genuine, that's my genuine thoughts. And if you don't want to accept my genuine thoughts, that's fine. I'm not doing it for you anyway. Literally, that's my genuine take with the whole thing. Owned it, totally allowed to self-correct, and you did it for your own sanctity, no one else, truly based. I think some people forget that an apology isn't only for to be forgiven. It's for you yourself to admit that you fucked up. The forgiveness thingy is an optional thing. You shouldn't do it just because you want to be forgiven. You should do it because you genuinely just want to change. Moral of the story, delete Twitter.